The spacecraft Voyager 2, drifting silently for 7 months, vanished from communication after decades of data transmission from the edge of the known universe. NASA feared it had met an untimely end, but then a signal returned. Not just a confirmation of life, but a message, one that scientists did not expect and still struggle to comprehend. Was it a system glitch, or did Voyager 2 finally encounter what we always suspected might be out there? Launched on August 20th, 1977, Voyager 2 was part of a mission so ambitious it bordered on audacity. A spacecraft with less memory than a modern watch, powered by less than 23 watts of radio strength, was built not to return, but to fly forever. Its mission was to explore the gas giants Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and then to continue into the unknown. What it achieved defied all expectations. It captured storms the size of Earth, rings we never knew existed, and icy moons with active geysers. It even revealed dynamic atmospheres and mysterious magnetic fields on worlds we had only ever seen as dots in the sky. But Voyager 2 was not just sending back pictures, it was changing the way we saw the universe. After its grand tour, the probe kept going, breaking past the heliosphere and into interstellar space in 2018. The boundary, the heliopause, was once considered the limit of the sun's influence. Voyager 2 revealed it was not a wall, but a membrane, a shifting, writhing edge full of turbulence, radiation, and invisible forces that bled into the great dark beyond. And as it crossed that threshold, the rules began to change. For decades, Voyager 2 whispered home, sending back fragile signals, each one a miracle of endurance, cutting through billions of kilometers of emptiness. But in March 2020, NASA's Deep Space Network lost contact. At first, it was explained as routine, maintenance at the Goldstone 70M antenna. But when contact was not re-established, a deeper fear crept in. Maybe Voyager had died. Maybe the darkness had finally taken it. Then in October 2020, something unthinkable happened. Engineers sent a command to Voyager 2, and it replied perfectly, as if nothing had ever happened. Not just a ping, but a full transmission. The spacecraft had executed the command, updated its navigation, and adjusted orientation without error. But that was not the strange part. The strange part was what came next. A sequence of telemetry that, according to internal logs, Voyager should never have been capable of generating. Legacy systems had activated. Data came from instruments long considered dormant. Subsystems that had not been accessed since the 1980s returned status reports. It was as if something had awakened the ship, or someone. Engineers were stunned. The data stream was not just old, it was layered. Signals encoded in frequencies Voyager had not used in decades appeared to contain patterns. Repetitions, echo pulses, binary signatures not previously catalogued. NASA's initial explanation was a system loop triggered by radiation interference. But independent experts noticed something else. Embedded in the signal were fragments of its own codebase but in recursive form, self-referencing instructions like a digital mirror. Voyager was not just sending data, it was transmitting itself. Some believed it was a survival reflex, a last attempt to preserve its identity before final shutdown. Others suggested something more chilling, that Voyager had encountered an external force, one that accessed its memory, read its systems and reflected them back in altered form, like an echo or a reply. If that's true, then the message was not just from Voyager. It was from whatever Voyager had passed through or contacted. Scientists at NASA remain officially silent on this speculation, but in internal documents leaked by former contractors, one phrase was repeated again and again: unknown interaction detected. We've always imagined space as a void, cold, empty, silent. But the Voyager missions have revealed something else. That space, even in its most remote corners, is not dead. It's active. It pushes back radiation, magnetic fields, high-energy particles, structures that behave like currents and walls, as if interstellar space has shape and movement we cannot yet map. Voyager 2's return message, its impossible signal, is not a conclusion. It's a beginning. It confirms what many have feared, but few dared say aloud, that something out there is watching. Not necessarily in the way we imagine aliens or intelligence, but in a more subtle, more disturbing sense that the universe is not passive. It reacts, and maybe, just maybe, it has been waiting. Voyager 2's journey is far from over, but its voice may soon fade forever. Before that happens, scientists are racing to extract every last bit of information from its final transmission, because buried within that data may lie the proof that the boundary we thought separated us from the unknown was never real at all.